Every big hit has a secret story behind it. Well, today on The Explainer, we're going to dissect one of them. We're looking at how a single rejected line cooked up in a makeshift home studio fought its way through conflict and collaboration to become this unforgettable cultural anthem.
A great song, it rarely starts with some kind of bolt of lightning. Nah, more often, it starts just like this, with a simple, casual question in a room just filled with raw potential and a whole lot of unproven talent.
And this is the story of that transformation. We're going to break down the anatomy of this creative breakthrough, step by step, to see how the friction between these three artists turned what was a total dead-end idea into pure gold.
Okay, so let's start with our first section, the makeshift studio. Before any music even gets made, you gotta understand the environment, right? We're talking a cramped DIY space where this huge ambition is just slamming up against some very limited resources. And inside that pressure cooker, you have the team.
So you've got DJ, he's the artist with the raw lyrics and the big vision. Then there's Key, the producer, who's got his eye on the prize, the commercial hit. And finally, you got Shelby, the quiet musician who's got to turn all their talk into actual sound. Three totally different people with three different priorities, all chasing the same thing.
And right out of the gate, Key just puts the objective on the table, plain and simple. This isn't just some jam session, you know? The stakes are high. They're not just making music for fun, they are chasing a radio hit. And that one goal is going to define every single decision they make from here on out. Which brings us to section 2, a radio-unfriendly idea. So with that goal of radio play just hanging in the air, DJ steps up to the mic with his first draft. And it immediately creates this massive, what seems like an unsolvable problem. Yeah, his first lyric is aggressive, it's raw, and it is completely at odds with their goal of getting on the radio. It's provocative for sure, but it's also a commercial dead end. In this slide just perfectly illustrates the central conflict of the entire creative process, doesn't it? On one side, you have that raw, unfiltered artistic impulse, and on the other, you've got commercial necessity. The gap between them, it looks impossible to cross. But DJ, he defends his vision. He's arguing for its raw energy, its in-the-club authenticity. And what's so fascinating here is that this friction, it isn't a roadblock. It makes you wonder, what if it's actually a necessary part of the process? The thing that forces the idea to become something better? Okay, so this brings us to section 3, brainstorming a better hook. Instead of just shutting the whole idea down, the team starts working the problem. This right here, this is the messy middle of creation, where they have to find a phrase that keeps Jay's aggressive energy, but somehow loses that radio-unfriendly liability. And this question from Key, this is the pivot point for the entire song. It's such a subtle but powerful invitation to collaborate. He's not saying, your idea's bad. He's saying, your idea has something. Let's work together to make it better. And this is where the real work begins. And you can literally see that process happening in real time. They workshop the concept, moving from the first non-starter to another rejected idea, and it feels like they're just failing, right? But this messy process is actually progress. It's leading them directly to the breakthrough. And that brings us right here to section 4, the breakthrough chant. After grinding through all those bad ideas, they land on a simple phrase that changes absolutely everything. This is that magic moment where the right words finally meet the right beat. And there it is. It's got the exact same aggressive energy as Jay's original line, but it's coded. It's less literal, it's more suggestive, and that tiny little shift from beat to whoop makes all the difference in the world for radio play.
And this is the real aha moment. Key realizes the power of the phrase isn't just as a lyric in a verse, but as a hook, something an entire crowd can yell back. It's simple, it's memorable, and it's interactive. It's perfect. And with that one word, chant, the abstract idea instantly becomes a tangible piece of music. You hear Shelby find a beat on the piano that perfectly matches the energy of the phrase, and suddenly, for the very first time, you can actually hear the song taking shape. And just listen to how it builds. The chant comes to life, becoming this perfect fusion of DJ's raw idea and Key's commercial need for a hook. The energy in the room just completely shifts. The song is being born right there in that moment. So now we're at our final section, creating a Memphis anthem. With that killer hook now locked in, the creative floodgates are just wide open.
The foundation is set, and now DJ can start building the verses around it, turning a simple chant into something much more personal and, well, powerful.
The first thing he does, he immediately grounds the track in his own experience. This isn't just generic trash talk anymore. He's telling you exactly where he's from. He's giving that aggressive chant a specific home.
And you see, this line isn't just some biographical detail. It is a statement of identity. It gives a song authenticity and a really strong sense of place that makes it resonate far beyond just the club.
And then the lyrics pivot. The whole song shifts from talking about where he's from to declaring exactly where he's going. It's no longer just an anthem for his city, it transforms into this powerful statement of his personal ambition. This right here, this is what elevates the song from just good to truly great. It becomes more than just a club chant. It's now DJ's personal mission statement, a promise to the world and to himself that he is going to make it.
So there you have it. Through some tense collaboration, a lot of creative friction, and a crucial willingness to kill a bad idea to make room for a great one, a classic was born. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? How many timeless masterpieces are just sitting in a notebook somewhere, just one small pivot, one different word away from being forgotten forever?